What's up, chat? How you guys doing? Let me put this in our Discord very quickly. It'll share. Alright, how are you guys doing? It's good to have you. Hope you guys are doing well on this fantastic Sunday. We're gonna go ahead and jump in. And no more delay. What's up, Ash? How you doing? It's good to have you, my friend. Here's hoping we actually get a shiny tonight. Oh. Did not mean to do that. Hold on. One sec. There we go. Is that in the proper place? No, it's not. Right there. Accidentally hit the back button. How you doing, Ash? Yeah, unfortunately, we won't be able to have a super long stream tonight. We'll be live for the normal 2 hours, but the next 3 days, we should be able to have some pretty long streams because I only work nights the next 3 days after tomorrow. Yo, what's up, Michaela? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Are you in here trying to rizz me up again? Is that it? Hopefully we'll see a Heath bar tonight. Sorry about that, chat. Clicked on the wrong thing. Common Rider, Waspinator, you catch them shiny pooches. Nah, I haven't. Not at all, because they are uncatchable, my friend. Also, CJ, I'm going to assume that's you. I don't know who else that could be. I knew it. Yeah. Poochienas are uncatchable in the tutorial, so I had to force fail a shiny, and it was painful. What you up to? You're off today. It's Sunday. You want to hop and call? I'm just sitting here doing this on repeat. Sure, bet. I'll meet you over there. What's up?
What's up?
Yeah, I saw that name. I was like, there's no way that's a random. There's no way. Colin used to visit me on streams.
Colin used to play with us.
I miss that guy for real, though. Yeah, I haven't done jack today. I just worked on IT certification, messed around with some hands, and the more I've been thinking about it, there's a decision I think I need to make. I don't have to make it, but I'm going to, and it pains me to do it. I'm gonna probably take Magical Hound back out.
Oh.
And hear me out, right? So, justifying Magical Hound in the deck. He bounces back row, free extender, is a tuner, lets me go into Synchro Monsters. One second, let me turn this music down a little bit. Okay, lets me go into Synchro Monsters like Nat Beast. Makes stronger going first board if I get to that point. And it's another urgent schedule target. However, going against Magical Hound, that one interaction the Magical Hound gets me if I draw it does not really do anything. And there was even a game against you last night where I had him in hand and he just did nothing. I bounced Bloom and that was it. So I'm wondering if another card I already have in the deck at 2 going up to 3, like Urgent Schedule, for example, would be more beneficial than taking Magical Hound out of the equation. Drops my extra deck by 2 because I won't need Naturia Beast or a Platinum Gadget. And I feel like I could try to find other targets to send for Ultimate Slayer. I could run Iron Wolf and Zeus again. There's just random things I could be doing. And I feel like with the Azamina stuff coming up soon, I probably need more than just Magical Hound. And realistically, I feel like Magical Hound is kind of just for going first. He's not really a board breaker.
Well, so don't look at the duels we had last night as hard examples against Magical Hound, because my only real target to bounce is Bloom.
Right, and like, I was trying to keep that in mind too, but like, just thinking of like the Azamina inboards, I don't really think drawing Magical Hound on the hands that I do draw him are going to help, versus seeing something like Nib or Urgent Schedule could actually help.
Hound also does from grave, right?
He does, but that means I'm either going to draw him and something that discards him, or I'm going to use Urgent Schedule on him. But if I'm summoning a level 4 or lower machine from the deck, it's probably going to be Taniguku, because he actually extends. So, I don't know. I've just been thinking about it. I watched a Yasin video earlier today. That inboard we've been testing against, that Mikey played against, is definitely a weaker version. It gets bigger, and it's terrifying.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. It's at least until the Azaminas are out of the picture and Snake Eyes is out of the picture. I'm kind of questioning if Magical Hound and Nat Beast are the ways to go. It seems like, I know I was talking about last night how I think Droll is moving out of the format, but I think it's going to move back in. Because if you Droll the Azamina combo, they're done. Like, they have to search everything. So I'm kind of thinking maybe, because if I take out Magical Hound, I can also drop Urgent Schedule to 2, so that's 2 cards. I can drop Call By Out, that's 3 cards. And by putting Nib back to 2, that's 4 cards. I could run 2 Cross Out, 2 Droll again.
Yeah.
And I kind of like, I think I value that more than the Magical Hound. I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see, because if Droll becomes popular again in this format, I'm gonna need Crossout Droll. In formats where Droll's not being played, I can take the crossouts out because people aren't playing Droll. I don't know. We're not even in the next format yet, so I'm not worrying about it too much.
Yeah, we still got a couple weeks before I have to worry about that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to stay informed and stay on top of it. As much as I love Magical Hound, at the end of the day, I have to do what's best for the deck. And if taking Magical Hound out is the best thing, I'll have to do it. Because at the end of the day, he's not an Ancient Gear name. He's out of engine.
I did find my power filters earlier.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You have a playset?
Yeah.
I feel like if you set that up after you build your inboard, it won't matter that much. Against you, at least. But for the people you're playing against that it hurts, it's gonna matter.
Well, Snake Eye, Oak, Poplar, Ash, and Birch, even though no one plays Birch, all have under 1,000.
Yep. Ponix has under 1,000. Ubelsup has under 1,000. I mean, it hits a lot.
IP has under 1,000.
It's crazy to me that Corbin at Nats was running Power Filter and Gears, but like I understand why. It's a continuous spell that can be popped with Catapult that keeps the opponent from playing the game.
Fiendsmith Requiem has under 1,000.
That is correct.
The Closed Heaven unfortunately has over 1,000.
Kind of wondering if maybe I take Crows out of my side and play Power Filter myself.
Yeah, Fabled Lure has under 1,000, so
It won't be able to summon itself.
really the only Tenpai monster it stops is Genroku.
Yeah, but that's just Genroku. Power Filter's not for Tenpais. I would say for you play Clockwork, but Clockwork would kill your deck, so don't play Clockwork.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, the only way I could even see you using that card is if you used it as a Floodgate, like how people flip Floodgates only on their opponent's turn. Like, you make your entire board, then do Clockwork, but there's no way to do that because it's a continuous spell. It's not a trap.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could do it at the end of your turn, activate it, then pass, but...
Well, the thing is, 1, I wouldn't draw anything off Wicked Butterfly.
That is correct.
2, I couldn't use Hunting Dance.
That is correct. And also, if they out your board but not Clockwork, you're cooked.
Like, the only saving grace would be something like, Drop It.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we were going that route, your better option would be playing, like, the 1-of Skill Drain, the 1-of Gozen in the one-of rivalry, but even then, I don't think that's good either.
No, but I can do that with Power Filter.
Yes. Power Filter for you is going to work a lot.
Really, the only Rika monsters I can't summon under Power Filter is Evil Seed and Armored Lizard. Which I cut Armored Lizard out, so Evil Seed's the only one I can't summon. And I can't summon Sarah.
Ooh. I think we're moving in the right direction for your deck, though. Like, the side deck choices are making the deck a little bit stronger. And every % of strength we can get on all of our decks is going to matter this format.
Oh, definitely.
So, I was doing the math. Let me pull it back up. In my Cash App, I've got $48. And in my PayPal, once it loads, I've got $103. So I've got about $152. I'm just hoping that Furos are like $80 to $90. But I feel like they're going to be over 100.
Well, depending on what you pulled from the tins, and like who you try to trade with, like you might just run up against or run up to someone that could care less about Furos and like either straight up gives it to you or undercuts themselves for it.
Yeah, I mean, more than likely, if we're going off what happened with Perulia, it's gonna be a secret rare, and it's also gonna have a QCR.
Yeah.
I don't care about max raritying the Furos, for my deck at least, because I do think it's gonna get banned at some point, so I'm not gonna spend the money on the QCRs. But,
It's either gonna get banned or limited at most.
yeah, and I'll get a QCR eventually for the collection, but, like, way later. As long as I can get a hold of them, we're good. I don't want to use Perulia as, like, a baseline. But Perulia on release was, like, $60, I think. So, if we're assuming it's double, that's $120. I have no reason to double the price of Perulia and say that's what Furos is worth. I'm just assuming. Because they're all situational, right? I mean, like, Perulia is crazy against Floowandereeze, but horrible against anything that just summons from the deck or the graveyard.
Yeah.
Like, Perulia is awful against Ancient Gear, but it's great against Floowandereeze.
Which is honestly ironic that the next Moltres to come out could technically be considered an honorary Floowandereeze. Because it's a wind-wing beast.
I'm willing to bet there's going to be the Graveyard Banishment one in Supreme Darkness.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because think about it. Perulia came out in Info, right?
Yes.
Okay, next set, which is Rage of the Abyss, has Furos. The next set we'll be getting, that's like a core set, will be
Supreme Darkness.
Supreme Darkness. So I'm willing to bet it'll be in there.
January.
In January.
Like January 14th, I think.
I mean, technically we're still getting Bonanza and Crossover Breakers this year, but they're not core sets, so I doubt they'd put Perulia in it.
Nah, it would be in Supreme Darkness.
The set I'm most excited for right now is Bonanza, though. I want to know what's in that nostalgia card pool, because they have not made a peep about that. And we barely know anything about Crossover Breakers, right?
No, we know everything about Crossover Breakers.
Oh, we do?
That's the deck builder set.
Okay, so yeah, that's even better for Bonanza then, because there's a set after Bonanza, and we know what's in it.
Malice, Razal, Ryuga, whatever that other archetype is.
Apotracosis.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we know
And,
everything about Crossover Breaker, but nothing about the set that comes out a month before it, being Bonanza. That's wild to me. And we still don't know the rarities for Rage of the Abyss yet.
we don't.
No.
Which tomorrow, they will be doing, like, stuff for Rage tomorrow, because I think next weekend, the 5th, is, like, Sneak Peek week.
Let me look at my calendar. So, Rage of the Abyss drops on the 11th.
Mm-hmm.
That is not this coming Friday. Yeah, it's not this coming Friday. It's not the Friday after, but the Friday after that. So it's over 3 weeks away.
Yeah, because I tried to get the 5th off the Saturday before, so I could at least go to the shop if they were doing a sneak peek.
Yeah.
And see what I could get. My manager pretty much told me, get fucked, no.
I thought about going to the pre-release at my local card shop, but I'm just not going to do it because I don't want to spend like $30 for the pre-release. And then if I don't win it, I've wasted $30 I could be putting towards a Furos.
Yeah.
So I'm just not going to go. Although, there is a tournament on the 5th, and it's in Stone Mountain. And I might go. It's not a regional or anything, it's just a tournament. But it's got like a $1,000 cash prize.
Damn.
Yeah. And it's not like a sanctioned event or anything, so they don't have to follow the Konami rules for that, you know? So I'm thinking about going. And worst case scenario, if I get my teeth kicked in, I can check out the vendors. Because it's like, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Day specifically at that place in Stone Mountain.
Oh, that's the place we went to before.
Yep, for the regionals we've been to and where Wayne Grayson was.
Oh, now I really wish I had that day off.
If you look on their website, it talks about like a spooky Yu-Gi-Oh! Day thing. It looks really cool. They have a $1,000 cash prize advanced format tournament and a $1,000 cash prize GOAT format tournament.
Heck, the main reason I would want to go down there is just for the vendors.
Yeah, right? Dude, they have great vendors at that place.
Not even just the Yu-Gi-Oh! Vendors, just their, like, basic vendors with all the, like, toys and stuff.
So my brother-in-law got into comics again recently, because he used to love comics as a kid. Him and I are going there one weekend. I don't know when, but like to look for comics and for Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. Their vendors are always like top tier though. But yeah, I haven't decided if I'm going to it or not, because it's kind of soon. And I also don't know if I'll be working or not.
Fair.
Let me see, what day is the 5th?
It is a Saturday.
It's a Saturday, so I might be working. I don't work on Fridays, but I can work on Saturdays. So I'll just have to wait and see.
I want to know what regional is supposed to be the 11th that Mikey was talking about the other day.
I think he was just saying that there potentially could be a regional on the 11th because it's the release day of Rage.
Yeah.
I think that's all he was saying.
Which would not surprise me in the least.
It wouldn't. But like if you look up Yu-Gi-Oh! Regionals on the Konami site, there's not a single thing yet because we're not close enough yet. We're still technically in info season, even though I don't think there's any more regionals happening right now.
I kind of hope in the video they do tomorrow, because it's supposed to show off, like, gameplay and mechanics of some things.
Right.
I hope they show off the new Mimic stuff.
I feel like after Rhoda, the most prominent strategies are definitely going to be Snake Eyes, Fiendsmith, Azamina. Tenpai Dragons and Yubel are going to be a thing still. I feel like people are going to start playing Sharks and trying to make it work, and it may take off, it may not. But that's going to be something we're going to see, at least. And I think those are going to be the ones that matter. Oh, do you watch Rev's Cards on YouTube?
No.
I've been watching his Treasure Hunter series. He's trying to collect every QCR that they print. Because he wants to own all of them. And he did a video, like, opening a case of the Mega 10s. And he's like, you know, honestly, minus the commons that were already commons, this 10 isn't bad. And I was like, oh my god, someone understands. It's like how I said the commons that are in there shouldn't have been previous commons, but the rest of the 10 was great.
Yeah.
I loved the rarity bumps and the reprints, minus the commons.
Like, I feel
Hello?
like with these... Hello?
Hello?
Oh, straight.
Oh. Holy shit.
We're just talking crap about the 10s, Jake.
They're so bad.
I'm just saying minus all of the trash commons that were already commons, the 10's okay. It's just all that
no,
fluff.
It's not. No, it's not.
Okay, look.
All of the fluff is all of the 10s. Out of 400 cards,
I
those
know.
cards make up 350.
All of the commons are trash
It's like,
because
oh,
those
shit,
commons
dude,
were
I'm gonna
already
pull a-
commons.
I'm gonna pull a secret. It's gonna be a little knight. Nope, it's a Kaiba token.
Okay, the tokens should have been just straight up promos to begin with.
Yeah.
But I'm just
Like,
Or at
saying
least Ultras.
I'm just saying the commons that are in there were previously commons, and they weren't even good commons. They were ones people would like forgot existed. If you subtract those from the 10, the 10's not horrible. I don't agree with all the ultra rares in there. Like, I think there's some in there that were also equally as bad,
Yeah.
but like not as bad as most of the commons.
Like, and there's definitely more cards they could have reprinted as well. Like, they could have reprinted Valmonica stuff.
In my mind, if the 10 is to celebrate the 25th anniversary, and you have 25th anniversary tokens, make
That
those
should be the
promos, because
front.
you're trying to
Just
celebrate.
like you
Yeah.
had all the Starlight ones last year, or the QCR ones last year.
Yeah. It's just wild to me.
Like, there's definitely some strange things in the 10.
Oh, I think by far it's
Dom?
probably, in comparison, the
Why
worst
do we
10
have
we've
a
had.
QCR Dark Magician Girl?
That
Because
thing,
Dark Magician Girl.
it could have been in Bonanza, though. There's a nostalgia card
Yeah.
pull in Bonanza. It could have been in that. Like, we already know the nostalgia card pull in Bonanza, even though we don't know what's in it, is going to appeal to nostalgic cards and themes throughout the game's history, so they could have just put her in that.
But there was already nostalgic shit. Like, this is the third year in a row Red Eyes has been in a 10.
Yeah, and they still yet to get core support in waves, at least. We got Full Metal and the Enhanced Metal Morph, but I don't count that as a Red Eyes support. That was Bandit Keith support.
Yeah. Why is Spirit of Yubel and Snake Eyes Poplar in the 10 when they came out this year?
Because they need reprints.
They just came out this year.
The idea here that the 10 wraps up the entire previous year is like 90% true. If that was true, why was Darkwing Blast in the last 10, but Power of the Elements wasn't? Because tier was still good and
Yeah.
expensive.
There's just some questionable QCRs in there, too. Like, why are the gadgets in there? I love that they are, but why are they there?
But yeah, why do we need them?
Predator Plant
Dude,
Orphis Scorpio is
the-
a QCR.
The gadgets, I don't think people understand how many printings those little dudes have. They have a lot.
Oh, dude.
I mean, I'm not denying that they aren't cool enough to have QCRs. I think they are cool enough, but like, why in the Mega 10? The thing that's supposed to be for reprints to lower the price of
I can't
something.
believe this is what y'all's card game does, bro.
It's definitely a weird set. And I do think in comparison to the last couple of years, it's probably the worst 10. But, like, there's a lot of good about it, but more bad than good. And it's weird, because if you watch some, like...
Tell CJ, fuck you. And,
Oh.
list sucks, and I hate everything about it.
What sucks?
His list.
Oh.
Hate everything about it. Do better.
We've been making some changes.
Sorry, only listen to people that currently play Yu-Gi-Oh!
I could fuck you up with Virtual Beast right now. When that fucking Pelican comes out, the fucking Condor? No, I can't, but...
What, the Furos?
Yeah, when it comes out, Ritual Beast kind of dead. But before that, I am A-okay.
It's gonna be a weird format. It's like 3 more months of the previous format, but it's also not that format. But it is.
But it ain't.
I was telling CJ here on the 5th of October, if I don't work that day, I'm thinking about going to Stone Mountain. They're doing a spooky Yu-Gi-Oh! Day. And they have a tournament they're doing that has a $1,000 cash prize.
Stay away from there, dog. Unless you're just going to have fun.
Thinking about it.
You're forgetting Pack goes there a lot.
I forgot he existed.
He flies from New Jersey just to go there. Think about it, flying from New Jersey to go to local stuff.
Is that the locals he goes to all the time?
No. He just has. And he went to like the first regional that was there. He knows Charlie, the guy who owns the place.
I'll take him on. Bring him on. I'll show him the power of a brick hand. And then I'll be like, all right, game 2. But in game 2, I'll probably also break.
You
know what's wild, Jake? How we know everything about crossover breakers, but know like nothing about Bonanza.
Yeah.
And it comes out before crossover breakers.
Look, man, stop fucking. Stop reading too much into it, okay?
I want to know.
Alright, I'm going to bed.
Alright. I actually forgot that Pack even goes to that event, to be honest.
I forgot Pack was a thing.
Yeah, like I said, I forgot he existed. I was serious, I forgot.
But the only Yugi tubers I fully watch is Callie and Farfa.
Bro, it's still funny to me. Like, I told you in that video, not video, but I sent you a picture. I jumped in Callie's live stream just as a viewer, and I was like, hey, you're looking for budget decks? Gears all the way. And he's like, I'm not saying it's a trash deck, but it's definitely some copium. And then like a week later, plays it on Master Duel, and it was like, I'm excited to build and play this deck. No diss to Callie. I love Callie. And like, to be fair, in the video, he did still kind of stand by his statement. He was like, I don't know how this is going to work in the TCG. He's like straight up admitted it. He's like, I don't know. But in Master Duel, where it's a best of 1 and everyone wants to go first, this deck kind of crazy. I'm just watching that video. I'm like, man, you just gotta believe.
You know what I thought of? Just like how Sunseed Jess coached Farfa on how to play plants, you need to coach Callie on how to play Ancient Gears.
Dude, honestly, like, okay, I have no, like, what's the word? Provenance. I don't have any, like, presence or qualifications to be talking to these Yugi tubers whose channels are, like, 15 times the size of mine. I don't. But I do got knowledge on Gears, so if anybody wants to learn Gears, I can show them the way. To bring back an old meme, I know the way.
Lord, I hated that fucking meme.
I love you, God Knuckles. But no, like if I'm speaking as an ancient gear duelist, right? Watching Callie's video, there were multiple times where he could have OTK'd his opponent and just didn't know what to do and didn't secure the victory. That's fine. Everyone's got to learn their decks, but like I could definitely point these things out if I ever had the chance. In a loving way, of course. I would never be like, hey, you suck at the deck. Let me show you why. And honestly, like, the list he had was, like, it's different than mine, of course. But I understand it, and I understand all the tech choices he made. And I don't disagree with them, honestly. Like, he was playing Thrusts to search talents, to search Duster. He was searching Fusion and Catapult with it. Like, they make sense. Especially in a format where it's best of one and you don't have a side deck, so you can just search the Duster. And, like, even looking into, like, our best of 3 format, it's not really an awful choice either. Like, playing as Yubel, if I normal summon Wyvern, use Spec to search, and they Ash it, I can just use Thrust to search Duster, and then activate Duster to get rid of Pain, as long as they don't have Phantom to change the effect. But yeah, if I do end up cutting Nat Beast and Platinum Gadget, I think I'm going to look for other targets to send for Ultimate Slayer. But worst case scenario, I just default back to Iron Wolf and Zeus.
I just thought of something.
What's that?
If I can get one more Thrust, I'll just run 2 Thrusts in Vanquish Soul.
Yeah. Not a horrible idea. Ooh, I got paid. Not from my job at Panda, but from YouTube.
Nice.
How much did I get paid? Tell me. I don't know how much I'm blowing on shiny cardboard. That's what I use my YouTube paychecks for, honestly. It hasn't hit my account yet, so I don't know how much. I could probably find out, but I just don't want to spend the time in my live stream doing it.
Fair.
It's gotta be over $100, because you have to make over 100 to get paid every month anyways.
It's 101 cents.
If I had to take a guess, it'd be like 114 or something, because I feel like that's the average I make, like 110.
Which, hey, like an extra 100 something a month still ain't bad.
It's not. The most I've ever made in a month was like 1,100. Because a guy came in there and donated $1,000 to me in 1 week. Like every day of the week, he donated $200. And it was to get me the camera and the lens on this camera for my streaming. But I think, like, normally, minus that $1,000, I think the most I made in a month was, like, 600. But that was, like, at the peak of my channel. My channel's kind of died. Like, I'm still making money because I stream all the time, and I do have people who are loyal to the channel, but it's nowhere near where it used to be. At my peak, I had like 50 people, like not even exaggerating, like 50 people paying me every month. Yo, what's up, Nico? Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? You've played against my deck many times. Do you think I should try to find more targets to send for Slayer, or should I just default back to Iron Wolf and Zeus, just to have the Zeus play?
Ugh. So if you're going to take out the Magical Hound stuff, I don't think there's really much more you could put in for Slayer. So probably the Zeus stuff?
Yeah, because it's gonna free up 2 slots on my extra. It frees up Nat Beast and Platinum Gadget. I really wish there was a good Link monster I could send for Slayer that did something. Because there's that Sky Striker Link I was telling you about, but I can't use his effect because he was never properly summoned. Because his effect in the graveyard includes special summoning himself, which I can't do. I mean, there's Garura, obviously, but, like, why send Garura when I could send Intis? I need to find a good Link.
Well, sending Garua still isn't a bad option, because you get to draw.
That is true.
So it would really be what the board state requires, or what you require in your hand.
Right.
Like, do you need to pop something extra on the field, or do you need to draw something to fix your hand?
That is true.
Hold on. Phone call.
I wonder... I'm Googling something really quick, chat. Oh my god, I have to do this stupid freaking verification. Yo, no way. Hold on. Which one is that? That. Have you been? I've been, bro. Just working, sleeping, working, playing Yu-Gi-Oh, working. Same old, same old. Preparing for the next format, you know? Alright. I was about to get some cards, trying to confirm rarities, because I can sell a few of them. Heck yeah, dude. Do you need to know what the rarities are? Because if so, I can tell you. I know every rarity in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. Even the weird and obscure ones like Mosaic Rare, Shatterfoil Rare, or Dual Terminal Rare. Yeah, go ahead and send me a DM, Nico. I'll check it out. Let me pull up my Discord on my phone. Alright, you're good. You can send me a picture, I can tell you. Can't send it to me.
What?
Oh, a buddy of mine's trying to send me a card so I can tell him the rarity. Found a link to send.
What link?
A Tri-Brigade Farragut. When it goes to grave, I draw a card, and then take one card from my hand and put it on the bottom of the deck.
Yeah, I was looking at Tri-Brigade stuff. I was gonna thank Arms Bucephalus II, because it sends one of the Tri-Brigade tri-types from the extra deck to the grave. But you can just cut that short by straight up sending Farragut.
Yeah, if I send Farragut for Ultimate Slayer, I get to draw one card, and then take the worst card in my hand and put it back on the bottom of the deck. Or, having something in my hand I don't want to be in the hand, I can put on the bottom of the deck. Like, if I draw cross out both Trolls and Ultimate Slayer, and they have a link, I can send Farragut, draw a card, put one of my Trolls back on the bottom of the deck, so now cross out is alive. If they droll me right there, that just helped me survive. Nico, try... Send it in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Chat. In my server. I'll tell you the rarity. I don't know why it wouldn't let you send it to me.
Could be the format of the picture, maybe?
Maybe. Or maybe the files are too large or something. But yeah, I think I'll run Farragut. That way I have a link to send, and now I have a 15th card I need to run. Honestly, it gets to be a second Chaos Giant in case I get hit with Unicorn.
Yeah. Well, Unicorn, Infectious Buzz King, Mimighoul Charm.
Yeah. Am I accepting messages from friends? Yeah, are we not friends on Discord? I thought we were. Just go ahead and put it in the Yu-Gi-Oh chat on my Discord server. I'll check it out there. Apparently not. That's weird. I thought we were, but I'll fix it later. Just put it in the Yu-Gi-Oh chat. He said he found some cards in his bulk that are ones he can sell. He just has to know the rarity of them.
Aw. So, they can't Mimigal Charm summon Chaos Giants?
Correct,
but
but he has
will
to be fusion summoned.
But it would be banished.
Yes. The only monsters in my extra deck they can't summon off Charm would be the Chaos Giants. I believe Tryheart must be Link summoned. Let me look. I have my extra deck right here. So Chaos Giant.
Yeah. Tryhard has to be Link summoned.
Tryheart has to be Link summoned. And that's it. So Chaos Giant and Tryheart. Just knocked my deck over.
Which Mimigals can rip at least 2 extra monsters from the opponent's deck twice per turn. Or up to 2 monsters from the opponent's extra deck.
Which is crazy.
It says twice per turn, once per chain.
I mean, luckily for me, most of my cards in my extra deck are not necessary. And if they take my monsters and put them on their board, that just helps me OTK them. Because the more monsters they have, the higher the chance they die to Chaos Giant. The less monsters they have, the higher the chance they die to Ultimate Golem. And by losing Nat Beast, if I come across Mimigul, they can't possibly summon it. Which would suck for my deck if they summon Nat Beast against me.
Naturia Beast?
Yeah,
They can summon Naturia Beast.
I know. That's what I was saying. If I take it out of the extra deck, they can't. Because it won't be in my extra
yeah.
deck.
Which Charm says you can randomly choose one face down card in the opponent's extra deck. So they don't get to look at your extra deck, but they get to get a rough idea of what's in it.
At that point, I would shuffle my extra deck and be like, look, they're all in a very specific order. So I'm going to shuffle them, and then you can pick one randomly.
Well, they don't know the order of your extra deck.
Correct. But what I'm saying is if they pick, like, any card, I mean, I guess it's random because they don't know, but, like, it's also kind of not because I've got everything grouped together. Like, if I see them point to, like, their right side, which would be my left, I know they're hitting a fusion. And, like, 4 fusions are, like, right next to each other. Like, I know technically it's still random, but it's, to me it feels like it's not. Because, like, if I'm running Fusion, Link, and Xyz, and they want to hit a fusion, with them being grouped together, group-wise, it's a 1 in 3 chance that they hit one of my fusions. But if I shuffle all of the cards in the extra deck, and even I don't know where they are, it's not like a 1 in 3. I'm gonna go ahead and set this Naturia Beast and Platinum Gadget aside.
Which, depending on what Mimikul gets in Rage of the Abyss, I don't know how popular it's going to be.
Right. I mean, there's gonna be people playing it. It's gonna
Like me.
be a popular, like, rogue tier strategy. But, like, popularity in terms of will it become meta, I'm not sure.
Quite highly that will become meta.
I mean, at the end of the day, meta decks are just the most popular decks in the room. They're the most popular because they're the most powerful. But, like, if a deck is popular enough, it could become meta, even though it's not the most powerful deck in the room. Like, when the Blue Eyes Structure deck comes out, I don't think Blue Eyes is going to be the most powerful deck in the room. But I do think it's going to be the most popular. And people are going to play it.
Well, yeah, because Blue Eyes.
Yeah. And I think that alone will make it be meta, because enough people will be playing it, and the cards are good enough to compete. Crap, I accidentally opened up my Snapchat. There we go. Yeah, Nico, just let me know when you put it in the Discord server. I'll check them out. Yeah, that jersey should be here tomorrow.
Sweet. And
hopefully some rarity bumps, because I'm waiting on that ultra rare Malong and the super rare Sanathon.
Did the Malong ship out?
I'm not sure. I've got all my emails for TCG Player directed to a TCG Player folder, and it just doesn't notify me when I get stuff in there.
Because since that Malong is from the 10, it might not have shipped out until Friday or yesterday.
I'll check the folder real quick. Yes, it shipped.
Oh, did it? Okay.
As well as the Sanathon, which was in a different package.
About the big boys.
Chaos Giants?
Yeah.
They're in the same package as the Malong.
Okay.
So that'll be my... Once I get those 5 in the mail, they'll be my 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th Chaos Giant QCRs. Because I have 3 right now. Honestly, I might get one graded. I would love to get a PSA 10, like one day, I would love to get a PSA 10 QCR Chaos Giant alongside PSA 10 Ancient Gear Golem Ultimate Rare, Ultimate Golem Ultimate Rare, Beast Ultimate Rare, and Castle Ultimate Rare. Have the highest rarity cards as PSA 10s.
I wish you luck with that, my friend.
I'm not going to. I'm just saying I would like to.
I'd probably wait and see what Greg pulls from his 2 cases of 10s. Get what I want from him and then order the rest.
I mentioned to Mikey earlier today, like I asked him, I was like, hey, are you gonna get the original printings of these Red Eyes cards in the 10 and the misprint secret rares? Because you have the Red Eyes Black Dragon alt art and the Black Meteor misprint as well, because they're both prismatics. And he said, no, I'm just getting the original rarity that it's listed as. And I was like, okay, fair. But they're kind of common. And it's not like it's a misprint that is hard to pull, like the Red Eyes Black Dragon from El Dorado that had that giant, like, gold stripe through it, you know? I was like, they're actual, like, legitimate rarities that, like, you could be getting. And he's like, I'm still not gonna do it. And I was like, okay, just curious. Personally, if it was me, I would. Because they're actual rarities that exist.
Yeah.
Like, it's still a misprint, but they're 2 separate rarities that exist. Like, the secret rare misprint is still a rarity that
Wait, is it
exists.
across all the prismatic secrets or just select some?
I'm pretty sure it's all. But I could be wrong about that. Honestly, I've seen people talk about it, and they say it's a conspiracy. They said Konami did it on purpose.
Would not surprise me.
And they said, think about it. Like, the video said, think about it. This is an entire rarity, and it would be happening on multiple sheets of the printing press. So this is something that they would have caught and quality control and not let go. Because it's a crazy, crazy misprint, because it's an entire different rarity. So they were saying, what if they knew these 10s were going to flop? So they made some of the prismatics, or all of the prismatics, like, downgrade to secret rare, and because of that, some of the value of those things go up insane amounts. Like, the Alt Art Dark Magician Girl downgraded to a secret rare is like $130. It's just people, and they're like, big Konami's doing this to us on purpose, man. You don't know.
Or for some of them, they might have intended to like have them as that rarity, but for a later set.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, it's a thinker, because like, that is true. They all come from the same sheets, so like, why would some of them be regular secret rare while some are prismatic? That makes no sense. It's not like certain spots on the printer just said, hey, this card is now a secret rare. Because they'll print all the commons on the same sheet and cut them. All the ultras on the same sheet, cut them. I just don't see how it could do that. But, I mean, I'm not going to get into Yu-Gi-Oh! Conspiracy theories for set printing. But it is interesting nonetheless.
Or heck, they might have done it just have as like quote-unquote chase rarities.
Yeah, that's what they're basically saying. Like, they were saying they did it on purpose to drive up the demand for the 10s. And, like, who knows? It could be true. But it also could not.
With stuff like that, I take everything I hear with a grain of salt.
Oh,
until
yeah.
I see, like, an official statement.
Oh, yeah. But, speaking of the extra deck again, though, at some point I do plan on running 2 Chaos Giants again after Statue's out, because it's dumb easy to turbo out Golems. So I will be running 2 QCR Chaos Giants at some point anyways. So I need to keep that slot open. It's just, post-Statue, if I play Farrajeet, the 15th slot has to be Gear Gigan X. That way Tanker and another level 4 can make Gear Gigan to search Statue. Objectively, the effect of Farrajeet is the weakest between Malong, Aggregator, and Intis. So if I really just wanted to play a second Chaos Giant, I could cut Farrajeet. I don't even know if I have a Farrajeet. What set did that come from? Do you know?
I do not, because that came out when I was not playing. Or, yeah.
A while ago. I'm gonna look this up on TCG Player. I'm assuming they're like dirt cheap. Farrajeet. Phantom Rage, okay. For 85 cents. And the 2021 Megaten as a Prismatic Secret.
It was, what, 20...
Phantom Rage, it's an Ultra in Phantom Rage. That would have been the set that Zeus debuted in. So I kind of want to say that's like, I don't know, 2020? Yeah, it's like 2019 or 2020. No, it couldn't have been.
So it came in, what, we said 2021 10?
Yeah, as a Prismatic
So it
Secret.
has been 2021. No, 2020 10.
I'm looking up Phantom Rage. It's just the easiest way to do this.
Yeah. Because if it came in the 2021
Yeah.
10, then...
November 6, 2020.
When did Power of the Elements come out?
2021, I want to say?
Okay, because that's around the time I started playing with you guys.
Yeah, the prismatic secret Farragut is 65 cents. Oh, no, that's damage. 90 cents. I'm going to order another secret rare droll, so I'll probably just order Farragut alongside that. And I can just keep sending Tryhard for now.
Yeah, because Tryhard's one of your going first cards anyways.
Yeah, I'll never make that thing going second. If I make that thing going second, everything wrong has happened. If I make that thing going second, and it somehow works and I win the game, I'm literally going to be Stan Smith from that episode of American Dad, where he's like, and the cows aren't eating each other. Yo, what's up, Shiny Litton? Calling 3669. That would be amazing. I would love to get a shiny that early. Technically, I got a shiny at 2600. Because the Puchiana. Rest in peace.
You would like to get a catchable shiny.
Yes.
An attainable one.
I swear, if I get a second Puchiana before this Treecko shines, I'm gonna lose it.
Dun 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 dun. Nope.
I've honestly really enjoyed these shiny hunting streams though. Like, they're super chill and I can just like zone out. Or like I can have a conversation like we've been having for like the last 30 minutes talking about literally anything else. Do you want Torchic for the sillies? I guarantee you it'll happen because I've done it like 7 times. I just won't be paying attention and I'll accidentally click Torchic.
Or do Mudkip.
God. I mean, if I got a shiny Treecko, Torchic or Mudkip, I'd take it. I'd like to make a whole new file and look for Treecko still. Yeah, I think Farragut's going to be my best option, though. I looked up a chart, and there's some other situational one. One sec. So, the best ones are considered to be Aggregator, Garura, Entis, Malong, Psyframe Lord Omega, and Wind Pegasus Adagnister. And then Farragut. Or you can play Trouble Sunny if you play the brick. But some situational targets are like Herald of the Arclight, Albion the Branded Dragon, the Paleozoic Link, Toad, the El Shaddai that I can never pronounce. It's the fusion. It's like Opcolone. Salamand Great Baylynx, Deep Sea Prima Donna, Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon Overlord. There's a bunch of like situational targets you can send.
Once I was watching Farfa's Last Card Standing, and one of the 2 videos for the like season 2 of it, there was a sprite player that got 3 uses off of one totally awesome.
Good lord.
Its initial use, revived it with Sprite Elf, and then revived it again with Sprite Double Cross, the trap.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna look real quick, because I'm curious at Wind Pegasus Adagnister. So, while this card is in the graveyard or on the field, you can banish it, target a card your opponent controls, shuffle it into the deck. So that's funny. But it's basically the exact same thing as Malong, if you think about it. What was the other one? Psyframe Lord. Omega.
Omega?
That's the one that's at 1. If it's in grave, you can target one other card in the graveyard, shuffle both that card and this card from the graveyard into the deck.
Yeah.
I still think Malong is better, or Wind Pegasus at Ignister. Both of them target. It's just, Malong puts the monster back in hand, while at Ignister puts it in the deck. Which, depending on the card, the Wind Pegasus is better. Because if it's a main deck card, I kind of want it to be back in the deck rather than back in their hand.
Well, either way, the extra deck card would go back into the extra deck.
Correct, but if I'm wanting to put a main deck card back,
Yeah.
I'd kind of want it to go back to the deck. So maybe I order a Wind Pegasus at Ignister, although I might have one.
I know it came as a comic, so I think I have, like, one somewhere.
I'm actually going to check. Hold up, chat. One sec, CJ. My headphones are off now. It won't take me but, like, a couple of seconds. Because I organize my bulk. Let's see. Wind Pegasus at Ignister. I feel like I have one, but I'm not sure. I do. I'm gonna set that aside. Okay. I've got my headphones back on. The one I have is a common from 2021. I keep saying 2021. The 2021 Megaton. Yeah, because Malong targets, right? Oh!
What?
Ignister's better. So here's the key difference. Malong reads, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one face-up card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. Ignister reads, while this card is on the field or in the graveyard... Wait, hold on. Never mind. Malong is better. The reason I thought this one was better said while it's on the field or in the graveyard, you can target one card your opponent controls, shuffle it into the deck. It could be face down. However, the part I missed was that it says if another card or cards you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect while this is on the field or in the graveyard, you can do that. So yeah, Malong's better.
Yeah.
I'll put Ignister back later. But it's still technically something you can set. I'm gonna do Malong.
I think people done Wind Pegasus before Malong.
Probably.
And now that Malong's out, that's what they use.
Yeah, because Malong came out in Syac.
Cyberstorm Max.
That makes me feel better, because I was going to be so sad if I took the ultra rare I just ordered out of the deck.
What's it? I shall be right back myself.
As will I. I'm going to go grab a water. I have returned.
Alright, I has returned.
Welcome back. Yeah, I really had hope for Ignister there, because I was like, yo, it can send any card they have, even face downs? That's crazy. But of course, it had to be under a more specific scenario.
Which is not an unreasonable scenario to
It's
happen.
not. For what it does, I think it's an even trade. But I will be ordering a Farajit, because I know for a fact I don't have one of those. Unless it's in my link binder up on the shelf, but I don't think I do. And I don't know anybody at locals that has one.
Or if the shop itself might have one.
Nah. The 2021 Megaton, so that's one of the slabs, right?
I think. Yes.
I think that's the one Dragoon came out in. Although the
Maybe.
Dragoon might have came out in 2020s. All I know is it was one of the Sarcophagus tins. I know that.
Last year's 10, the 2023 10, had the protagonists on it.
That was the Dueling Heroes.
Then 2022 was the Pharaoh God Servant or whatever that
Yeah.
had
It should have been the last one of the tablets.
2021 had the middle part.
So 2020, I think, had Dragoon.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's possible I have a Farajit. I don't think I do. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna check. Who's gonna stop me? It's my live stream. One sec, I got my headphones off. I don't have nearly as many Link monsters as I do synchros in this bulk box, so. Let's see.
You know, I just thought of something.
Here, one sec. My headphones on. I can't hear you. Just flipping through all these links real quick. I have Silver Sheller. It's Rugal. I think that's the only Tri-Brigade monster I have. Tendangle Acute Cerberus.
I love the archetype, that archetype, just because of the name alone. It's just such a weird name.
Gross, I passed a Hulk. Bearbrum the Rampager. Still not the one I need. All those are new. Alright, let me put this away and I'll put my headphones back on. I'll be able to hear you. Yeah, I didn't think I had a Farragut. Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
What'd you say about Tendangles?
That I love the archetype just for the name alone. Just such a funny name to me.
I think it's a cool archetype, honestly.
It's an anime archetype, funny enough.
Yeah, it's from Brains.
Yeah.
One of the big shots in the security plays it, I think.
The main chick's brother used it.
Yeah, Holly Angel's brother. Yeah, so I had Bearbrum and Silver Sheller, but I didn't have Farragut. I saw something about how at Charlie's Collectibles, the thing in Stone Mountain here soon, one guy has like 400,000 bulk cards, and he's trying to sell them by the thousands for like 20-30 bucks.
Really?
Yeah. Now I'm assuming the reason he's selling 1,000 cards for that cheap is probably because he's opened cases of a lot of the most recent sets. And it's probably just bulk from those sets. I doubt it's like old bulk, but it could be.
It could be. If you go down there and he's there, you could just ask him, see.
Yeah, if I see him, I'll be like, hey, I saw your post on the internet. What does this bulk entail? Like, what's the bulk from? If he says, I have no idea, I might ask him, do you care if I just flip through a couple things? Like, I'll buy some, but I kind of want to know what I'm buying. And if he says no, then I'll be like, okay, that's a red flag. But if he says, yeah, sure, go for it, then I mean, that's cool. I can find like some older bulk and be like, hey, I want this. I would love to go to a yard sale and just find some like older man or woman that has a tub of it that like maybe their kid had when they were younger. Kid wanted nothing to do with it after they grew up. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to get rid of all these cards for like 20 bucks. Even if they weren't in the best shape or they were like all unlimited cards. I would just like to get some old school cards for my bulk. Because like nowadays, if you go somewhere and buy bulk, it's probably going to be from within the last year.
Yeah.
Last time I bought bulk from a shop was my local card shop before I came to Troy. And I bought like a single row, and a bunch of the bulk in there was Crystron cards.
And now several years later, Crystron's getting support.
Yep. Several years later, Halp came out, and several years later after that, Crystron's getting support.
Which, maybe with Crystron getting support, they could errata Halp?
There's a lot of extra deck cards that would be totally fine if they received erratas. Hulk would be fine if it had an errata. Verte Anaconda would be fine if it had an errata.
I agree with the Verte. I'm not just saying like someone to play Predaplants.
Verte always needed to be exclusive to Predaplants. I just don't know whose bright idea it was in Konami to make extra deck monsters that are archetypal, that are not archetype exclusive. Like, even looking at Chaos Ancient Gear Giant, right? He's one of the biggest, baddest cards in the game if you look at his effect and his stats. He takes 4 Ancient Gear monsters. That doesn't take 4 Earth Machines, you know? That'd be crazy if it did take 4 Earth Machines, because just imagine the monstrosity Earth Machine decks would be doing. Ballista, I'm kind of upset he takes Earth Machines, but I get it. And it does let me use other out of engine to make him. He's just the slut of the Earth Machine world.
Or one of them.
Yeah. Big Daddy Konami pimped Ballista out on the street corner. Going to Machina, Scrap, Infinitrax. It's actual archetype Ancient Gear.
Super heavy.
Super heavy. Karakuris, even though no one's playing Karakuris.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they also get support in the next year or two.
That'd be cool, honestly. I've thought about playing Karakuris and Ancient Gear. I just have no way to make them, like, blend, you know? They both do their very own independent things.
I know Karakuri was synchro summoning, and they changed their battle positions a lot.
Yeah, and the synchro monsters for Karakuri aren't bad, honestly. Like, they're not meta relevant right now, but they're not bad. I would love if Konami made like a new Earth Machine archetype. Or like an archetype that had an Earth Machine in it that I could use.
I know I just got Ragnaraka, but I would not mind another new either plant or reptile archetype.
And you could also mix that archetype into Ragnaraka.
Mm-hmm. So honestly, I would almost prefer a new reptile archetype. Because you know anything plant related, it's just going to get absorbed by the thing that is plant link.
Okay, like honestly, speaking from experience here, because I just got the Ancient Gear stuff this year, I don't think it's selfish to like have something you appreciate and want it to be better. Like, I want to get more Ancient Gear cards. And some people might say that's selfish. But no, I saw the good that they can do for Ancient Gear. I want more. However, I do think it's selfish if, like, you get good cards and you're like, yeah, but they don't do enough, so, like, I need more to make these cards even better. And they're obviously good. The difference for me is, like, Dragon. Dragon's horrible, no matter how you slice it, so, like, he doesn't count. But, if, like, I said, oh, Dark Golem's okay, but, like, I just need more. Like, no, that's ridiculous. You're being selfish at that point. Dark Golem's great. I think that point, that's selfish. But, like, for you to, like, say, I just got Ragnaraka, I want something else, too, I don't think that's selfish. Some people might disagree. But I think you're on the right for that. Like, using myself as an example, I want to get the Hunting Hound fusions. I've been talking your head off about that for months now. And I think they could be cool. And they could introduce a new idea to the deck. I don't think I'm selfish for wanting them. They're really cool. They were in the anime.
I'm about to look up something.
But I'm also not going to deny that the stuff I got right now is more than enough. I don't need anything else. You, on the other hand, you need more main deck Ragnarakas. You need a field spell, you need some more monsters, maybe another trap or two, although you're getting Bleached Wisteria, so you're good on traps.
Do you remember what came out? What was the latest of these archetypes to come out? Rika or Sun Avalon? Not Rika. Rika or Romage or Sun Avalon? Which one of these are the newest?
I believe Rika.
Rika's the newest.
I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think. Yo, what's up, Looms? Because I remember when Rika came out and everyone's saying, yo, this is going to be crazy for plant stuff. Con is such a broken card, so I think it was Rika. Because I think Plant Pile with the Sun Avalons was already a thing. Like, I know Sun Avalon's also somewhat new. But I think that existed before Rika.
Sun Avalon was a brains archetype.
Yes.
So Rika originally debuted in Secret Slayers, which came out in 2020.
Okay.
Where am I?
Getting home. How's it going, everyone? Just chilling, broski. Hanging out down the street. Same old thing I did last week.
So I think Aroma originally came out in 2015.
Oh, wow.
Clash of Rebellions.
That is old. There was Red Eyes cards in the Clash of Rebellions.
So yeah, I think Rika is the newest plant archetype. Came out in 2020.
Rika?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I thought it was Rika. Because I remember when those cards came out. Granted, I remember when all these cards came out. Like, the time period, not the set exactly. But I think it was... I always thought it was Rika. The archives don't go that far yet. Yo, what's up, Lonely? Welcome to stream. I'm just gonna be so sad if I take Nat Beast out. I've been waiting so long to play him again. I just don't think it's a viable choice. Like, if I'm gonna give you my opinion on your side deck, I need to give my own opinion to myself on my extra deck. And I don't think Nat Beast is it. Was my sleep nice? It was fantastic, dude. I was so zonked last night. Or no, it wasn't last night. That was Friday night. But I did sleep good last night, too.
So Octowatic, I believe, is the latest reptile archetype that came out in 21 in Ancient Guardians.
The good thing is for you playing Ragnarika, even if you don't get Ragnarika support directly, you're playing off 3 separate types. So the chances of one of those types getting an archetype or getting support for an older archetype is significantly higher than, like, one archetype getting support. So you've got that going for you, at least.
So Bee Troopers came out.
That's a 5Ds archetype, right?
Bee Trooper, no.
Oh, Battle Wasp is the 5Ds.
Battle Wasp is Arc 5.
Arc 5, yeah. I'm getting... Arc 5 has 5Ds people in it. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, because Synchro Dimension.
Yeah, Synchro Dimension. Should I go to bed early and risk waking up at like 4? I mean, that's up to you, man, if you're that tired. I'm pretty zonked and I have work in the morning, so after I get to 3,700 encounters, I'll be going to bed. I should have an easy week this week, because I'll be training for Cook. I'm sure I'm probably still on sides right now, so I'll still have work to do, obviously. But I should just be training.
Octowatic also debuted in 2021. So it's been
3 years.
4
Almost 4.
years since Plant had a solo archetype. Like a pure archetype for it. Which was Rika.
Going to bed, have a good night, Lonely. Oh, Jeremy was over at Mikey's house today training.
Was he?
Yeah, I saw Mikey called me earlier, but I knew it was too late for me to call him back, because he was probably in bed. So I'll just call him tomorrow after I get off work. You know what I'm gonna be citing if Ryziel becomes like tier 1, tier 0?
What?
System down.
No, they're Pyros and Thunders.
Are they not machines?
The main deck monsters are Pyros and Thunders. I think the extra decks are also.
I thought they were machines. I will not be citing system downs then if that's the case.
Yeah, they're Pyros and Thunders. Like
Oh.
Pyro, Fire, Thunder.
Thank God they locked themselves into XEs because they would be making Colossus.
Yep.
Colossus never should have come off the list. I don't care what people say. If we're cracking down on floodgates, why bring back a walking, talking Droll and Lockbird? Or even worse, Protoss. I would rather fight Colossus any day than Protoss.
Which I'm honestly surprised and like not surprised
What?
that Protoss didn't get like any more or less on the list, like any more limits or get rebanned.
It should have. I mean, I understand none of the top decks that are winning events are playing it, but it's still a toxic card. And I guess, like, it brings up the question of, like, okay, where do we draw the line in the sand? What is toxic, what is not? But, like, a lingering effect that says your opponent can't summon monsters of that attribute that you declare or you got rid of, it was just insanity to me. I don't see that card as fair.
But yet, they banned Mystic Mine.
In all honesty, like, I'm a supporter of Mystic Mine, so don't take what I'm about to say as, like, anti-Mystic Mine. But it is a toxic card. It's a very fun toxic card, and I do think it was a necessary evil, and I do like Mystic Mine, and like I said, I support Mystic Mine.
Yeah.
But I'm also not going to deny that it's a toxic card.
So, it's what I've been saying with the rest of the floodgates. Like, floodgates. Like, a 3-of floodgate, like Skill Drain, Warlords, goes in. Is fine. If that's just something you can play around, something you can make use of. But, if that's the whole of your deck, and you're just playing Protect the Floodgates, then that should not be acceptable. And that should not be allowed.
I mean, and there's not really a way to, like, stop that without banning the floodgate itself.
Or
but, like,
implementing a new, like, master rule change that says so.
Yeah, but, like, even right now, if Mystic Mine was legal and they were playing Protect the Floodgate, like, it only won that one regional. And after that, everyone started, like, preparing for it more and then just never saw the light of day again. So, like, I don't think decks that protect one floodgate really have a win con. So, like, it's kind of hard for them to actually win the game outside of time.
And that's kind of the point of them. To make it to where the opponent can't play the game unless they draw the outs.
Yeah. In which that case, it's like, okay, do we just ban the floodgate? Do we implement new rules? Or do we just change the way the time rules work?
But I think that needs to be done as well, but...
I do too. That's a whole other bucket of onions, but... I do think the time rules do need adjustments. I mean, if we're banning Fiendsmith Lacrima just because the 1200 burn matters in time, is Lacrima actually the problem, or is it the time rules themselves? Because Lacrima is not that powerful.
No. Like, if they really want to ban a Fiendsmith card, they would have banned a Desiree.
And
Or one
honestly,
of the links.
honestly, I don't even think Desiree is that powerful either. I think the entire problem is the Closed Moon, letting any
Yeah.
deck play Fiendsmith.
Like, in all honesty, if I did not care about losing the effects of Skeletal Soldier, I would fucking play Fiendsmith Rika.
And honestly, I figured out how to do it since the last time you were in call with me. I could play Fiendsmith Ancient Gear.
Because I think you said it one of the last times. You said that you should have been doing Ancient Gear first, then the Fiendsmith.
Exactly. Like, if I make Sanafond, Baguska, all I have to do is link away Ballista and something else, and do Fiendsmith play, and then at the end of the turn, do Sanafond. Like, it's entirely possible.
Now I'm thinking.
Think about how much Engraver costs, if you're gonna think about it.
Yeah, I fucking know.
Use that as your deterrent. What's crazy to me is I pulled an entire package. I could be playing Fiendsmith right now if I didn't sell those cards.
I pulled in a Griffer myself not long ago, but I sold it that same night.
Honestly, selling it was probably the smarter decision, though. If we're being so for real, selling the Engraver was a smart business decision.
It was.
Especially since Engraver's gone down a bit. I think he dropped from like 120 to 80. I'm not upset that I sold my Engravers. Because a risk I always want to be aware of is that if I play a meta engine or strategy within Ancient Gear, there is always going to be a glaring weakness in that meta engine or strategy because it's meta. People know how to stop it. Let me see if that payment's hit my bank account yet.
I don't know if the ratio's 1 tracked or 3 tracked.
I think it's 1. Because it's searchable. Pretty sure the main combo actually searches the track, so I think you only need the 1.
Or is track used to start the Fiendsmith stuff?
Usually
Like
it's not, because you do Closed Moon, make Requiem, Requiem go Engraver, Engraver search tracked. I think tracked pitches Lurie if you have the Lurie.
Or tracked adds Lurie, then you discard the Lurie. Lurie special summons, then you go into Requiem, then
Yeah.
Requiem add Fiendsmith stuff.
Yeah, the tracked, I guess, technically you can skip some steps. But like in the basic combo where you don't open tracked, it's not a starter. Suzuki, welcome to stream. You got Shiny Pooch at 720. I got Shiny Pooch at like 2,600 encounter or 2,200 encounters or something like that. It was early. It's a big oof. I think it was 2,206 exactly. It was like 4 minutes into my live stream that night that I got that shiny pooch. I honestly don't think Snake Eyes or Fiendsmith is going to be around that much longer. I think Snake Eyes is getting gutted on the next list. Fiendsmith is getting a couple more hits probably. And on the next list, I think Fiendsmith just kind of falls out of rotation. Or not really rotation, because we don't have rotations, but like it falls out of meta. Because I do believe they're going to hit the close moon at some point.
They have to.
Penny, welcome to the stream. Says I need to go to the bathroom, but I'm scared to get up from my bed because my entire house, other than my room, is dark. You know, that's facts.
But doesn't your phone flashlight?
Oh yeah, that's true. Phone flashlight. But if you use your flashlight, the Bone Man will know, and he'll crawl out from the walls.
Then you've got company while you take a piss.
We must fear the Bone Man.
The Bone Man just wants a friend who he can bone.
Right. Thank you. Not a problem.
Wait, stop the Chikorita hates?
I don't know.
Also, can they hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
My stream captures all audio. You don't understand why you're up this late anyways?
Because your body says, screw you.
Dude, speaking of, I've been getting up way earlier than my alarm lately because my body is like, hey, wake up, you have to pee right now.
Sounds about right.
I'm getting old. I watched a video earlier today where this guy on TikTok, and I don't have TikTok, it was on YouTube. This guy on TikTok was going up to people outside of bars, and they're like, hey, at what point do you know you're old? And a bunch of them were like, if your birth year starts with the 90s, you're old. You're like not grandpa, but you're up there. I'm like, oh great. I sub because you're too relatable. Appreciate it.
Look at this reminds me. I've seen this reel on my Facebook page a couple times. This black guy's in his car with his two sons, and he's like getting onto one of them for something.
Yeah.
The youngest in the back asked him when he was born. It's like the 1980s or something like that. Said like the best years, da da da. And you can just see the gears turning in the little kid's head, and he just straight up asked, "What was it?" It's like, "Wow, what was it like being a slave?"
I've seen that. Dude,
You see the brother just trying not to smile.
There's one I really love. It's also this black parent and his son, and he just picks his son up outside of school, and the kid's like, "Dad, why you look at those little girls like that?" He's like, "I'm not doing but nothing looking, but like age is just a number." He's like, "Yeah, so is 911. If you keep looking at him, you're gonna be looking at me from behind bars." He's like, "Shut up. I ain't looking at no little girls anyways. I'm looking at her." And he's like, I forget the teacher's name, but he says, "Miss So-and-so." And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "But she's in a wheelchair, and she's like 400 pounds. And he's like, "Shut up, so I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about her." And he's like, "Oh, Miss Penny." And he's like, yeah, Miss Penny." He's like, "Yeah, I heard she used to be a man." And she's like, "Shut up, she ain't no man." He's like, "She's just a tall tree, and I was trying to cut her down." And he was like, "Yeah, make sure you cut off that branch, too." It's like one of the funniest things I've seen in a while.
The kids just don't care.
Yeah. I'll have to find it and send it to you. It's so freaking funny.
Kids have no filter. They do not care.
I know.
Chuck is a prime example of that.
There's one I seen on YouTube a while back. It was this girl, and she was like kind of slightly crying, and her daughter comes up. Her daughter's like 4, and she was like, "Are you sad, mommy?" She's like, "Yeah, mommy's sad." She's like, "Is it 'cause you're fat?" And she's like, "No, no, it's not." I saw a video, want me to tell you what it said? Sure, as long as it's stream appropriate. I was telling, let me pull up this message actually. I was texting one of my buddies at Locals. His name's Corey, actually, ironically. I was telling him about the Nat Beast thing. And he's like, "That's crazy. I'd be making this all the time." And then, I was like, "What if I told you I improved it even more?" And his response is what I'm trying to find. I said, "What if I told you I improved the deck again on top of Nat Beast?" He said, "Oh lord, now what? Found a way to unban Red Reboot too?" Kid, Mom, why am I named Blossom? Because when you were born, a blossom fell on your head. The other kid. Mom, why am I named Butterfly? Mom, because when you were born, a butterfly landed on your head. Brick. Ah, that's good. I like that.
Oh lord. I know a joke, but okay. I'll tell you after the stream.
Okay.
Because I don't know if it would exactly be stream appropriate.
You want to take the psychopath riddle test, CJ?
Oh lord.
Okay, depending on your answer, it makes you a psychopath. So, this woman and her family go to a funeral, alright? The funeral is for one of this girl's 3 sisters.
Okay.
And obviously they're weeping, they're going through remorse, people are coming in, paying their respects. And this one guy comes by, and the sister, like, despite her, pain that she's going through, is attracted to this man. So she starts talking to him, and they really strike up some conversation. And she's like, "Okay, I think this is love at first sight. Like, this guy is amazing." She has no idea who he is or how to contact him. So what is the first reasonable thing you would do if you were her to contact this mystery man?
First reasonable thing to do to contact this man. She doesn't know his phone number.
Or his information. All she knows is his name. The name's not important to the riddle.
I mean, I would ask people if they knew the guy by the name.
Okay, so you're not a psychopath. I'm not either. I didn't come up with the answer for the psychopath riddle. The answer is just kill another one of your sisters and he'll probably come. Yo, what's up, Alan? Apparently, people actually answer that as a possibility of how to see this man again. And that makes you the psychopath.
Yeah?
I asked one of my friends today that she just met on Dead by Daylight. And I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna ask you this riddle." And she said that. And I'm like, "Oh, Lord." You see my last message? I did not. It is Suicide Prevention Month. I did not know that. How you doing, Alan? Yeah, I was streaming Friday night after locals, and I streamed for 30 minutes exactly, because I was like, guys, I am too tired, and I do not want to take the chance that is very likely right now that if I find the shiny, I accidentally reset over it. I was just so zonked. I worked all day, and then went and played 4 rounds at locals, so my brain was cooked. Life has been amazing ever since I stopped using Discord. Well, I'm glad you were having a good time. Chat, we're gonna do 4 more encounters. And that'll be my stream, because I have work tomorrow.
I'm off tomorrow.
Who is my favorite Pokemon? Beldum. I love Beldum, Metang, and Metagross. All of them are fantastic to me. Here's yours, CJ.
What do you think it is?
Scizor.
Electros.
Electros is cool.
I don't know why I love that doofy eel so much, but
He's
I
cool.
do.
Shiny
It's
Treecko
one
show up shiny. That'd be amazing.
It is one of the very few Pokemon with no type weaknesses.
There's very few now. Because even stuff like Sableye now has weaknesses because fairy types.
Well, Electros is pure electric, but do you know what makes it have no weaknesses?
Does it have Levitate?
Yeah, it has Levitate.
Oh, so yeah, it has no weaknesses.
It's an electric type Pokemon that just naturally has Levitate.
I hate YouTubers who buy animals just for clout. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen that, but that's crazy if that happens. Yeah, I did a Nuzlocke race, or a cage lock against one of my friends one time, and my starter was an Electivire with Levitate.
Ooh.
I still lost.
How?
Because I lost a gym battle and had to start all the way over, and he didn't lose the gym battle.
Oh.
Alright, chat, here we go, last encounter. Is it shiny?
I'm just not getting to encounter 3,700.
Yeah, I'm still way under odds. It is not. Alright, I'll catch you guys tomorrow.